Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing a Recon, the role-playing game story on a thing we did when we were playing years ago. Years ago, I was playing Recon in my friend Larry's game. My friend Angelo, Dave, and Mike were with us in the group. Were with me in the group, and like I said, Larry was running it. We were playing mercenaries in the 70s, and if you're not familiar with the game, you start out as a soldier in Vietnam. If you survive that, your character can later become a mercenary after the game. So it's very. You can even roll up a mercenary if you want. If you don't like to actually play in the Vietnam setting, that's fine. But to me, if you're going to play in that era, you've got to do the start with the Vietnam and then go on, because it gives you the feel of the character. Plus, it allows you to build your skills up so that you're a qualified mercenary. You know, who wants a mercenary who's who doesn't know how to shoot guns well or whatever? You see what I'm saying? You got to build those skills. Anyway, let's get back to the video here. A rich guy had hired us to infiltrate a religious cult to retrieve his daughter, who had been inducted into this cult. The leader was a pseudo-religious nutball who set up his compound on a deserted island in the South Pacific. So he had some financial backing, and he had set this cult up, and his daughter had been drawn into it. The guy's daughter had been drawn into it. So the guy hired us to get his daughter out of that cult. When we were haggling for our pay, the rich guy basically lowballed us on every point. We usually, if you're going to be a mercenary, you get paid money plus expenses plus travel. I mean, it's a negotiation, of course, but usually that's what you strive for, because you've got to be able to do the job, right? You have to have the equipment to do the job, so you need an expense account. You got to be able to bribe people, so there's an expense account. Blah 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 blah. Okay. This is what the guy finally agreed to, and this is the best we could do. Each member of the group was getting $1,000 base pay with $100 expenses and $1,000 bonus on completion. So the total amount that this guy was willing to pay to get his daughter back for all four of us was $8,400. If you're rich, if you're a millionaire and you want to get your daughter back from a cult, $8,400 is nothing. That basically he spat at us. The guy was worth over $800 million. So it wasn't like he couldn't afford more. He just lowballed us. So anyway, we went on the mission. We found the island and slipped in at night, and we were able to bypass the fences, guards, and alarms to get into the dormitory. The cult had about 300 members, and most of them young women, of course. It took us about 30 minutes to locate her. She resisted, so we knocked her out. I mean, for lowballing us like that, we weren't going to be gentle. We were just going to get her and get the hell out, Angelo and I were going to get her out, while Dave and Mike were going to find the vault and raid it, because one of us, I think it was Dave, came up with the idea, well, if this guy had the money to set up the compound, and we're not getting paid a whole hell of a lot to do this mission in the first place, we may as well make it worth our while. Raid the guy, rob the guy while we're here. So we were okay with that. Well, they went to do that, and of course they were caught. Angelo and I were waiting at the boat. We didn't know that Mike and Dave were being tortured for information. They were doing well, resisting the beatings and the hot pokers and the blah, 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 all the stereotypical stuff, until the cult leader brought out the tin snips and started unbuckling their belts to lower their pants. Mike and Dave started singing like birds. They gave up the rich guy, his daughter, Angelo and myself, the location of our boat, all of our home addresses. They gave up everyone they knew all the way back to freaking third grade. They were making shit up to tell this guy anything. You could, as a guy, and you can take a beating, and if the money's right, I suppose threatening the nutsack and like that would be, the groin area, would be, you got to weigh that. He brought out tin snips and started going for their groin. Yeah, they started singing. I can't blame them. It's amazing what a prisoner will give up when the bad guy threatens their twigs and berries. We all got captured, and the cult leader paid us $10,000 each to rob the rich guy for him. We got $20 million from this safe, from the safe at his house. We kept $1 million each, giving the cult leader $16 million, and you know, we all agreed that if the rich guy really wanted his daughter back, he would have paid us better. But yeah, when it comes to mercenaries and doing illegal stuff for you, you really do get what you pay for, you know. Oh my Lord! I hope this finds everybody well. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.